The normal system of division replenishment utilizes delivery points with resupply activities for units taking place during the hours of darkness. Delivery points are designed to facilitate the replenishment of combat supplies and certain general and technical stores for battle groups or units. Their locations are based upon the need for dispersion of the delivery sites and any restriction on administrative movement in the forward area. Replenishment activities are aimed at the service battalion maintaining the unit's basic load of combat supplies and other essential items of supply on a cyclical basis over a 24-hour period. Replenishment involves forecasts of issues from the division's maintenance load, which permits consolidation of division requirements. It also warns its replenishment point of anticipated draws during the forthcoming replenishment cycle. The cycle commences with the submission of unit demands to Service Battalion Logistic Operations Center via the Brigade Administrative Net or to the Service Battalion Supply Representative at the DP. These demands are made 24 hours in advance of the expected delivery.
2 drums tonight.
Demands are passed to the Supply and Transport Company Command Post, where they are checked by the duty officer and passed to the Supply Platoon. Demands for stores not held by the platoon are forwarded via the Logistics Operations Center to the Disc Group Supply Battalion. Authority to release controlled stores is requested from the Brigade G3 through the G4. The Supply Platoon builds up unit stores lots from its holdings for pickup by the DP vehicles during the afternoon prior to delivery. Demands are segregated by categories into combat supplies, defense stores, general and technical stores, repair parts, and field force equipment table items. In the case of combat supplies, the Supply and Transport Company CP warns its transport platoons of forecast unit requirements, so that load planning, vehicle cross-loading activities, and preliminary DP orders may begin. At the same time, the Battalion Log Ops Center prepares a consolidated forecast of combat supplies, which is passed to the Division Service Group Headquarters, and the RP is warned of the Division's anticipated draw for that night. Unit operational requirements may change with the battle situation. These changes are handled by supplementary or emergency supply requests. Supplementary supply requests are usually expressed as deletions or additions to the stores and commodities previously demanded by units. Emergency supply requests are urgently required stores or supplies which were not previously demanded. They can be submitted at any time. If delivery cannot be accomplished on the next scheduled DP, then immediate delivery may be made to an emergency DP or direct to a unit location. It is the responsibility of the unit requiring resupply to select the locations and timings for the DP. Authority to use a piece of ground and access routes to it is provided by the Brigade Headquarters G3 staff. Requests and authorizations for DP locations and timings follow the administrative chain of command, from the unit to the Brigade Headquarters G4 staff and on to the Service Battalion Log Ops Center. On occasion, minor units or detached subunits may be grouped with a major unit for their replenishment requirements. When this is the case, affiliated units arrive at the DP site in accordance with predetermined timings. DP orders are prepared at the Supply and Transport Company CP. They contain preliminary information and an update on the tactical situation, DP locations and timings, route information and a commodities list, and radio frequencies, passwords, and available RP details and procedures. Concurrent activity within the company includes preparation of unit issue vouchers, advising the Log Ops Center of special requirements for heavy lift at the DP, and finalizing arrangements to pick up defensive stores, repair parts, CF FET items, and other stores.
Okay, good.
Simultaneously, vehicles are serviced, the drivers are fed and rested, commodities and supplementary supply requirements are being loaded in preparation for that night's DP activity. In accordance with their timings, convoys leave for their respective DPs. The Supply and Transport Company CP maintains radio contact with the convoys and keeps the Log Ops Center posted on their progress and any changes in the tactical situation or any other factors which will affect the locations, routes, or timings of the DPs. In the meantime, the unit DP reconnaissance and protection party arrives at the predetermined DP location in advance of the opening time. Factors to be considered in the sighting of a DP include reasonable proximity to the Unit A echelon location, ease of access to the main supply route with at least 2 lead-in roads and identifiable contact points, lying up areas, sufficient maneuver area within the DP site, separate entrance and exit tracks, concealment, defense, hard standings, and any known enemy activity. On arrival at the lying up area, the Service Battalion DP party takes up a defensive posture. The DP commander meets with a unit representative at a contact point and proceeds with him to the DP location where he is briefed by the unit recce and protection party commander on the layout and defense of the DP and establishes his report center.
Behind us, and there's 2 to the rear.
Okay.
All unsecured.
Okay.
He returns to the lying up area where he briefs his company co-drivers on the layout of the DP. The DP is laid out to disperse dangerous goods and to provide for security. A DP layout will normally include an arrival lying up area, a DP report center, areas for salvage, mail, POL, rations, ammunition, general stores and repair parts, and a departure lying up area. The Supply and Transport Company vehicles are then moved to the DP site using the out route and are positioned to accommodate tailgate to tailgate cross-loading. The co-drivers return to the report center and wait to guide receiving unit vehicles to the appropriate commodity vehicles. The user unit A echelon vehicles have arrived at the report center, where they pick up their guides and move into the DP. Their vehicles are in reverse of their departure order, with the first vehicle going to the end of the line. The cross-loading process begins with the user unit providing the extra manpower needed for handling stores. The user unit and the Service Battalion supply representatives verify the stores being cross-loaded. The next night's demands are collected by the supply representative, which are later handed in to the Supply and Transport Company CP. On completion of the store's handover, the DP is wrapped up and unit vehicles return to their echelon locations. The Service Battalion's convoy then proceeds to the RP to replenish that portion of the brigade maintenance load expended during that night's DP. The DP operation just described is one example. Actual procedures for any operation would be determined by brigade SOPs and the tactical situation. Occasionally, the tactical situation will require using a central DP to service several units. The employment of a central DP is particularly suited to situations when second-line transport resources are elsewhere supporting a dumping program, or when the task vehicle requirement to support a brigade move or troop lift disrupts the normal DP process. Aside from increased terrain requirements, the main difference in operation is the need for a timed program for each unit's activity. Defense of a central DP will be coordinated by the Service Battalion Log Ops Center. The same DP layout principles apply in built-up areas. The greater spread of the DP will require more local control and additional guides to guard against confusion in narrow streets or lanes. In addition, battle damage may involve some route clearance activity. In certain tactical situations, a forward logistics group may be established. The FLG maintains a forward reserve and provides battle group commanders with immediate access to fast-moving combat supplies, primarily fuel and ammunition. The FLG location, commodities to be handled, and its operating times are determined by the Log Ops Center in consultation with brigade headquarters. Emptied vehicles from the FLG will be replaced with full vehicles from the Supply and Transport Company location. The DP system is tried and true and contains sufficient flexibility to satisfy the resupply needs of operational units.